So about 2 years ago, we started a social emotional learning program here at Mid-Pacific. We asked our teachers to fully integrate it into their classrooms.
It's been an initiative for a number of years to really look at social and emotional learning, not just in the context of math or English. How can we teach social and emotional learning across the middle school? How can we help our kids be more empathetic? How do we help our students understand each other better?
It's not a one-day-a-week class that kids go to, but it's infused into the instructional program.
Remember I was telling you guys about the project? We're going to interview either parents or grandparents.
Digital storytelling is the course that I teach. It's an elective for 7th and 8th graders in middle school.
This is the assignment. We're going to start on Listen Up, interviews during Thanksgiving weekend.
I call it Listen Up, and it's about interviewing a generation or 2 generations above them.
We're going to develop a story and have an opportunity to have this shared experience. So I want you to think about who you would like to interview.
We start from the basics. We talk about the importance of email etiquette. You need to request an interview, and then how do you follow up? Or calling someone on the phone to ask a question. Those are adult life skills. And then next step, we come up with interview questions. We practice interviews with each other, with students in class. They also learn a lot about each other. We usually pair up students that don't necessarily know each other well. The next step of the interview process, we interview a faculty member. I've asked Dr. Priester to come in, and then they'll ask him questions.
Where did you grow up and what was your childhood like?
If you could live through your teenage years again, would you?
Did you like going to school?
Sometimes. This particular age is really unique because their peers are the most important people in their lives. And what this teacher's asking them to do is to step outside of that friendship circle and go talk to the people who have influenced you. That's huge. When a school can say, talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents. They have lots to say.
Okay, can you tell me a bit about your parents?
I really do think they were very good people, and I try to live up to that.
Who had the biggest impact on your life and why?
My sergeant in the artillery unit in Vietnam. He advised me to work hard, to go back to school, and to set goals in your life.
Then after Christmas vacation, they come back and they put together the video for it. For them to go through that journey, find that story out, and then actually present it to their family, to me, that's the heart of this class.
Tonight, this is our first family night for Digital Storytelling's Listen Up project.
We invited the families, and for some of those families, this is the first time they even saw the story.
So Dad, tell me about where you grew up and what your childhood was like.
Well, I was born in Italy, but my parents migrated to Brazil when I was young.
Tell me about when you found out you were going to be a mother.
Oh, I was really happy.
Tell me about some traditions that have been passed down through our family.
Canoe paddling is something that we grew up doing a lot of.
Yeah.
My dad coached a lot.
What was my dad like growing up?
He never spoke a lot. He had a knack of looking at something and he really knows how to do it.
I thought they were all excellent. I was very impressed with all the work the kids did.
I thought it was great how it touched on culture and traditions.
You know, it forced us to talk about stuff that she didn't know. And I hope it taught us both to share more with each other.
One of the interesting things is that Mid-Pacific creates an environment where it's building character. And so social emotional learning is high priority. So a course like this really aligns with that.
Putting the students themselves into the shoes of their parents or their grandparents hopefully will give them the appreciation for what they have today.
Parents and grandparents, families, you want to give them a big round of applause for the students.
These are unprecedented times. With the global spread of COVID-19,
A lot has changed since family night. The pandemic started, and then virtual learning started. A project we did was called A Day in the Quarantine Life. And I told them, you just need to document your day. And as the quarantine continued, these stories started taking on more meaning, not just for the students, but I think also for the families. One student chose his dad, who's a doctor. He decided, instead of a day in my life, I'm gonna do a day in my dad's life.
This is Patrick Murray. He is my father and he works at Kapiolani and Queens Hospital as an orthopedic surgeon.
The student put this video together as a thank you to his father for putting his life on the line and still going to work and being able to help others in this time.
We don't know what the next 5 or 10 years will look like. What we do know is that we're giving our students skills that will help them survive, that will help them adapt, that will provide them with opportunities to extract meaning out of life.
What wisdom or piece of advice would you like to leave with us?
Recognize the good in everyone. Offer a kind word. Just be an overall encourager, and always live with a spirit of integrity. Always.
Whether these students will grow up to be accountants or engineers or teachers, work in nonprofit work, marketing, sales, I really feel this class gives you a life skill.
I would argue it's just as important as the math, the science, the social studies, all of those subjects. And if we can teach them the right things, if we can deliver the right kinds of lessons, it's almost like a seed that we plant, and over time it's germinated. And what you see is this adult that's an incredible thinker, that they care about their world. And then as they enter that world, we know that it's going to be a better place because they came from Mid-Pacific.